launched Da Gift Records.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Just wanted something to play for a little while till we got started. Sometimes I'm a little antsy, a little excited. You know, it's just what it is, y'all. I mean, I eat this stuff up like I tell you. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'm W.L. White III, and I'll be your facilitator, your host through the Flux Continuum. So we're going to continue what we have been doing so far. I did a big introduction a while back. You see, we're on episode 29. We went through the characters, abilities, some of the things that they could do, who they could fight, you know, inspiration behind them and whatnot. Okay. So what we're doing is we're basically going through the books of Flux. We're on the first book, which is Flux Celestial Genesis. And we're on page 63 right now. And what we have been doing, we've been doing a little soft introduction to each character. Okay. So welcome, everybody. I think we lost a couple of the platforms, but hey, we got it. The show must go on, right? So let me see. Let me see. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Click off of that. It's Flux Vision, episode 29. Okay. So anyway, I thought I would do something different today. I want to look at you guys. Put this over here and see what happens. There we go. So what we've been doing is we've been going through the characters. Put one up. Each one of the characters. So I'm gonna do a little recap real quick on each one of them, and then I'll give you where we are in the book. Okay? Because I mean, you know, after a long weekend and half of a week, we got to start again, right? So we started with the same guy that we're going to be talking about today, and that's Dr. Afanasy Sidorov. Yeah, I make up a lot of stuff, y'all. And I actually do research for this stuff too. So, you know, that's why I try to make it as authentic and close to physics as possible. So Dr. Afanasy Sidorov was the one who basically got Earth involved because he opened a spatial rift in space, and a probe, he sent the probe through, let it sit over there for a while, brought it back. That probe, when it came back, it was destroyed by something from the other side. And whatever hit it, sprayed across the earth, right? So we started learning what transpired after that. Now, what I did was I jumped to the Reaper. Okay, the Reaper is actually death, right? You know, like the embodiment of death, if you will. But this Reaper is one of the horsemen of apocalypse because, I use a lot of biblical connotations. It actually states that I guess he walked in, he saw a pale horse and something about death. I don't know the actual scripture. I guess I probably should have looked it up. Right? I got to get better at this podcast stuff. Anyway, after we introduced death, and that was to show you the scale of how big this story is because it's epic. It's an ongoing series, all right? And it's should be a total of 12 books, all right? And I'm on book 5 right now, but I have 3 to purchase, and we'll get into all the promo later, y'all. I'm just, let me complete this recap real quick. So after the Reaper, we go to what I call the antagonizer of the story, right? And they're called the Innumerable, the Bakarata. They're an insectum race, okay? And there was some things that happened because I'm doing the recap. There's some things that happened to their planet, and that was done while the Reaper was watching immortals put their will on the actual physical realm. So they want to force their will on the physical realm, which caused what happened to the Innumerable, the Bakarata, the antagonizer. They were ripped from their physical plane of existence to our plane of existence. That's pretty much what happened. Okay, after that, their world was charred the whole nine. And then they start having like an internal, almost civil conflict among some of the council members. All right. So after I brief you on that, then I immediately take you to the rest of the characters, because again, this is how each person will relate to the story. Each one of these guys, each one of your heroes are zodiac guardians, right? Each one of those are a defender or a guardian of a physical realm of existence that resonates at a certain frequency or whatever. And it's all in the story, y'all. You have to read the story and let your mind go with what you know, and then start I guess accepting this type of science, right? It's close to our science. It's just only sci-fi because I can't prove the stuff, the theories and all of that. Right. Okay, so we go through the first one. All right, and the first guy. So this is Dr. Afanasi Sirov, or this is what he looks. Okay, this is how his hero appearance is. Now we're going to the first guy was Den Han, and Den Han, he's running late for work. He goes into the he jumps on his bike and everything. He finally makes it to work, but he's coming the back way because he had to take an alternate route. And then he sees something he wasn't supposed to see, and then something happens to him. Okay, after that, we jump to Tholen Liebenberg. Okay, so Aquarians, this is your zodiac defender. Capricorn, this is your zodiac defender. You should be able to look at the picture in the background and see that. Okay? You see the little image? That's what we talk about when I say the orbs hit them in the chest. This symbol was surrounded by light, or like a hard light construct when it slammed into each one of the characters. So if you follow the story. Anyway, so Aquarians, this is you. Okay, this is your defender. And then we jump to Tholen Liebenberg. He's in Africa. He's like a foreman of the mining community. And he so many of his people got sick. They having some type of respiratory well, I guess it's a disease, but I mean, it's a respiratory issues, right? Because I mean, they haven't been diagnosed diseases yet, but they have respiratory breathing issues. So anyway, Tholen goes and tries to figure out the problem. He used a couple of ways, and then he finally they tear open the breathing mask and everything because that's what's supposed to protect the individual people that are mining or the miners. So anyway, Tholen, him and the people, they eventually found out what the issue is, and after that, they so an orb hits him. Yeah, because I don't want to tell you guys the story again. So an orb runs into him. And then we move on to Eloise Rothstein. She's a professor in Stuttgart, Germany. She's on she's leaving for the weekend. She goes home. Well, she's on her way home. She stopped to get something to eat. There's all this chaos, and long story short, she's held by the police for a while, detained. How they want to a briefing from everybody. They want everybody to submit. Man, I can't remember what that is, but like a briefing of what occurred. Anyway, so she ends up getting home kind of late, or on her way home, she's hit by an orb. And if you want to, Leo, this is your zodiac guardian, Shepherd of Leo. That's gonna be dope when I write that. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be around book 9 though, y'all. Sorry, but Leo's, man. The Animalia, I'm gonna just throw it out there. Animalia is it's a tri-planet area. Now, I mean, I'm still trying to describe it in my head. It's amazing, and she'll be the first one to fight, to go to another planet and fight like they superheroes and stuff. You know what I mean? So it'll be kind of dope. Book 9, y'all, because there's so much going on in Flux, right? All right. So after Eloise Rothstein, who is Shift, we go to Ember. Ember is the zodiac, the guardian of Aries. Okay, so for all you Arians out there, this is your protector. I know she's dope, man. I know. I took a lot of time putting her together. Okay, so anyway, basically she has a twin sister, and her twin sister is what she believes is kidnapped and kidnapped into sex trafficking. And so since she's a twin, you know, there's one type of twin, then there's another type of twin. She's the other type of twin, the more aggressive, you know, the body or whatever. And what she does is she goes looking for her sister. She ends up penetrating with, should I use that word? Entering at night, right? She steals her way into the facility where her sister was suspected of being, and then she finds some stuff that leads down to this secret place. Long story short, she gets into it with a couple of people, and then she's hit by an orb. Where we at? Come on. Okay, so after that, we go to Jackson Swade. Jackson Swade, come on down. Where we at? Here we go. So we go to Jackson Swade, right? He's the shield of Gemini. So y'all, for all y'all Geminians, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, here you go. So anyway, he's on the plane. He's basically just got out the military. I kind of based this guy off myself, right? Because at the time I was getting out the military, and I was getting ready to get this contracting job. You know, I was going to make a lot of money. Long story short, cancer happened. It didn't happen. So this is what I'm doing now. All right. So moving forward, Jackson Swade gets on the plane, right? He's going to be a new contractor for Thermodyne. Thermodyne is the big facility across the United States. And they got their hands into everything across the world. Okay. So Thermodynamics facility. And he has a contract with them to build whatever it is. And, you know, he's happy. You know, he's on his way, living his life. And then he's hit by an orb while he's on the plane. I don't want to tell you everything that happens. It's a lot that happens on the plane, though. Or to me, it does. Okay, so after that, we go to Marae Collins. And Marae Collins, because I retired here in El Paso, hey, we needed a hero right here in El Paso. So she's a Scorpio. So for all you Scorpions, this is Marae Collins, okay? She's a super speedster. Anyway, she's a young lady. She's like 17 years old. She's a junior in high school, and she goes to America's High School here on the east side in El Paso. And she's on the softball team, and they made it to the tournaments, right? And they're playing against another team. I think they've got a couple of hits, and then she's hit by an orb. Right there in front of everybody. Okay, after that, we move to Jonathan Watson. So Jonathan Watson is he's a cop, right? They just did a big bust that day. He fills out some paperwork. He helps some people out on the way to the bar. He gets there, you know, he and his police buddies, they say what's up, you know what I mean? They have a good time, they're partying, and then somebody bursts in. One of the people from earlier in the day that got away, they burst in. And they start shooting up the place. And, you know, they cops though, right? So, you know, even though they drink and they react. And long story short, he's hit with an orb, right? And for you Taurus, yeah. So I had to give you some with a little grit to it. So this is Pulse, y'all. And he's the defender or the paladin of Taurus, okay? All right. So after Jonathan Watson, we go to Glurt. Now, Glurt is one of the innumerable, okay? A Bakrata, right? And this is their form. They're 4 arms and 2 legs, but they have to go through a process to get like that. I haven't had somebody draw the normal insect form yet. Not like I had not Andrew Burgos, right? No, it was Nilian Melikar who drew these pictures. So anyway, Glurt, right? So Glurt is one of the council members, right, who doesn't agree with the rest of the council. Their planet just got sucked through a wormhole. Everything's ravaged. You know, there's no food. There's minimum food, and he's like, "Hey, we need to go and search and do this, but I need the power." And y'all will find out that they have the ceremonial orbs. And so anyway, the ceremonial orbs, the council has to get rid of them because Glurt is plotted against them. Long story short, Glurt is the only one that actually picked up an orb and absorbed it. You feel what I mean? He's the only one. He wasn't hit by one. The rest of the orbs were shot out into space, right? That's technically what bust through the probe when it came back from the other side of the galaxy or the universe. All right, then I introduce you guys to W.L. White III. This is a character, W.L. White III from it's another guy. He's a reporter, and he's like the what do I call him? I call him like the documentarian of the Flux Continuum. Okay, and he was chosen by Intech to be that guy. That's why he's so integral. He gives things from a human perspective. So like through his eyes, to him when they use their powers, he can't see everything. So he just say they struck, they extended their hand and this happened. So to the human eye, what I'm saying is we can't see everything. On the cartoons and stuff, yeah, they show you the laser so we can, visualize it. But I want you guys to know from a human perspective, no, you can't see the energy being thrown. Even the heat, the laser from the heat ray and all of that, it's just hot. You feel what I'm saying? It's hot. Flame can be made though to burst in, if you burn in the actual air, that's the cells in the air and the particles in the air. All right, so that's what W.L. White does. And then I introduce you to your first Alpha Guardian. And Alpha Guardians are guardians that were already guardians, okay? All the people that I introduced to you were human, and they were on Earth. But this is an Alpha Guardian. She's on Virgo. She's actually on the planet. Well, she's out at the Bridge of Worlds, but technically she's the protector of Virgo, which is a planet, right? And that planet, that's where she resides. Okay, that's like her homeworld. But she's doing things that already she's been saving the multiverse for like 1,000 years or something like that. Okay, so that's why she's an Alpha Guardian, because she's already exists. This is not her origin story. This is the Earthling's origin story. That's kind of how I kind of wrapped it around so that, if you guys love Nexa, we can always get her origin story. All right. So Nexa basically is, she got OCD. So she's always, making sure, all her I's are dotting, her T's crossed. So she's out in the world looking at, or in the Bridge of Worlds, making sure all her chores are done, making sure she do maintenance on whatever, necessary. She gets a little alert. And that alert causes her to travel from one place to another. And while she's traveling, this is how I'm basically saying that all of this stuff happened at the same time, pretty much. She's actually able to see the planet Cancer being sucked into a wormhole. So she understands what's transpiring because she has a thing called Widget. And Widget, it's like a nanotech weapons cache, and it's reporting to her what's happening. He's saying, oh, da 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 da. And then he's letting her know that the Gifts of Power ceremony is about to begin. So that's how, I basically let you guys know this is how she ties into the story. So she sees it, she understands what's happening, she know that this is a world-ending thing. And then Widget makes sure he lets her know, hey, Paradise is involved. Now, Paradise is the center of the universe. That's the one true Earth, which resonates at 432 ohms. You guys heard it, right? So that vibrational pattern, that's what I state that we are right here on this planet right now in reality, right? In real life. So I'm saying there's only one true Earth. There are a whole lot of multiverse Earth, and we'll play into that for sci-fi, but there's only one true Earth, and that one true Earth, the rest of the Earths know that this is the one true paradise, if you will, for those who know. All right. So after that, she sees that, she goes on about her business. Then I let you guys know as we come back, which one of the characters are going to how the characters are coming back. So that's where we kind of start with, with the introduction of this is how, we find out that everybody who was hit with an orb, they're coming back now, right? So the first one comes back, and they come back in different ways, and it's basically according to how much each one of those guys had to be altered and how they did the lesson plans. And you'll find all this out as you start reading the books or the story. So the first guy who comes back is Intech, right? This was the foreman, the miner, right, from Johannesburg, right? He's the protector of Libra. He comes back. He's the first one back, right? his abilities and information and technology. He can, make anything he wants to out of the quantum quartz bands that he gets. So after him, W.L. White, he does a little talking because now Earth knows that this guy just came out of the sky, right? He just landed after he came back and was fully transported and resonate back with our vibrational pattern. He's able to transition from space, where he's in a geostationary orbit where all the satellites are, and then he just fall. Well, no, he doesn't fall, but he takes over one. He flies himself back to Earth, and he lets everybody know where he's going to be at and whatnot. And when he gets there, everybody's there, and they find out it's a spaceman. So then we jump to W.L. White to let you know. Remember, he's the reporter. That's his job in the Flux Continue. He's a reporter, but he's also a documentarian. So we'll find out when that happens. All right, then Jonathan Watson comes back, okay? Jonathan Watson, he's the PCPD, right? Who was got into the firefight at the restaurant, the bar that they were at. So Jonathan finally comes back, and basically, he learns that he can teleport now in a geostationary, a planet or celestial object with a magnetic field strong enough to support his ability to teleport. So he goes back to the bar he was at where he disappeared, finds out where his partner was, and he finds out, hey, somebody else came down too. So he knows now, because remember, all of that happened at the same time pretty much. It's not like he got to see it and then it happened to him. No. So when this happened, he found out that there was another guy. So when he found out it was another guy, of course, what does he do? He goes there, right? W.L. White is the one that tells us that. He said, hey, this guy just teleported into the UN, because all the cameras and stuff are on it. So W.L. White, that's what I mean when I say he's like our narrator, our documentarian. He keeps us chronicalized. I hope I didn't make that one. he keeps everything in order, y'all, organized and structured. Okay, all right. That's crazy, right? So he sees the guy from PCPD, and he makes sure he states certain things like that. So that he finds out that there are two spacemen now. Now after that, the girl from El Paso, Texas, she wakes up. Okay, she falls from the there's a temporal portal that's above the in the, what do you call it? The Bermuda Triangle. And it's a portal, and it's up like 15 miles above the earth or something. I made up something. But anyway, she falls back into our reality. And the first thing she does, she thinks about what happened, and she runs home to her family. And, she hugs her mom and her dad. Because remember, she's only 17 years old. She's a junior in high school, but she no longer looks like a junior in high school. She's aged up like 23, 24 now. So she's a grown woman, basically. Anyway, she runs home. And when she gets home, they they hug and everything, and then she finds out there were two other spacemen. Okay, and that brings us to where we at now, y'all. So today we finally got to where we are in the book, page 63, and here we go again with W.L. White, and he has to give you information on what's transpiring. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys rock both videos, because anytime W.L. White is talking, is generally kind of short. So we let him, we run his clip, and then we run Dr. Afanasi Sidorov's clip, okay? And that'll be a little longer. So, and I'll be back to give you guys my information on it. Real quick though, before we do, I do want you guys to take a look at, I don't even have to do it like that because I have clips. So, this is a 3-book bundle for $55. It's on my Whatnot, if you guys want to check that out. Also, I do have, turn this over here, if you guys can see it. You know what? Just put that back on me. I can bring it to you. All right, so we got a 3-book bundle for $55. Books 1 and 2, they are in chronological order. Book 1 is $20. Book 2 is $20, and book 3 is $25. But you can get it bundled for $55, right? And they come autographed, company sealed, the whole 9. across any other social media platforms. Look me up. I'm Flux_Chaos, and that's my tag, if you will. All right, so I do have some of these left. I think I only have one of these actual ones, but each one of the Zodiac Gardeners that were drawn by OJ, one of my partners, Orlando. They have the company seal, and both of us signed it. So, one day these will be, the rage. So, and I'm gonna make some more stuff like that. But those are 1 and 3. So the 3 people who got those would be the first ones that I know about, and those will be the ones would be worth some because it's everything that I put together before the full team got together. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I know I was rambling, y'all, but I had to give you guys a recap and bring you back into the story. I just want to give you a little understanding of what's going on because I talk about so many characters. There are 12 characters, 13 technically, but there are 12 main characters, 13 technically, right? Because Gemini. So there are 13 characters, and we follow these 13 characters throughout the Flux series, okay? 12 books. And they don't all have their own books. It's one big story that's intertwined. I almost want to use the term intimately intertwined because sometimes they help each other. Sometimes things happen to them because again, like I'm in book 5, y'all, and there's so many more characters coming because my ideology is as big as Star Wars, or maybe as big as Star Trek, right? And if you take Star Trek and you take each one of the Star Treks that are out there and you put all of them, well, not all of them, because they do have a timeline and everything. But if you basically put all of those guys living in the same, and this ship is doing this, and this ship is doing this, but they all basically in the same timeline or real close, that's kind of how Flux is. So there's so many things going on with other characters and whatnot, because this is to save the universe. Okay. Technically, the story is bigger than that because ultimately this is the Lords of Chaos versus the Lords of Order. And then you guys get to find out all the stuff. Like, hey, y'all, we even talk about the Nephilim. Okay, so this story is grand, epic. Anyway, also I want to give a shout out to my collaboration team, Mr. Wasinki Bemende and Miss Alexis McCrae. They both handle a few things here in the greater El Paso area, such as Chief Abundance Counselor, that's what Mr. Bemende does, and Miss McCrae, she does mental illness for civilians and especially for the VA, for the veterans, y'all. I've been out there, y'all. I did 22 years in the military, and I'm gonna say it took me a while to reacclimate back to civilian norms. And during that time, I caused hell to my family. Just want to throw that out there, y'all. Just want y'all to know. So we do need something like mental illness, even if it's just a group of guys just talking about, the stuff they go through. You know what I mean? Because it's real over there. Anyway, let's get back to the story. I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys with both of these clips. I'll be back momentarily, y'all.
W.L. White III, World Internet News, Portable IQ Matrix, Earth. While familiarizing himself with the new IQ equipment, W.L. is alerted to abnormalities registering on the new equipment. A major sandstorm has swept over El Paso, Texas, causing multiple accidents on I-10. Several eyewitnesses claimed that a yellow blur whisked past during traffic, and minutes later they were overtaken by the storm. The atmospheric barometer doesn't show any predicted sandstorms for the location. With the appearance of a second enhanced human, UNHQ authorities believe in the possibilities of a third. Since WL's satellite access is still pending, he won't be able to continue the investigation. A local woman in El Paso claims she saw a woman in yellow high-tech armor in her neighborhood. In the Gulf of Mexico, a huge spray of water has painted the horizon in a spectacular array of rainbow colors. Several sailors yachting near the location uploaded pictures of a rainbow sunset. After the IQ matrix extrapolates all entries from social media networks and other resources, a close-up of the pictures reveals a footprint in the water. This weather abnormality is believed to have originated somewhere in the Bermuda Triangle today. He thinks to himself, no way, there are 3 enhanced humans? As a live feed streams the female's arrival, WL's eyes are glued to the screen.
I am Friction, wielder of the time. I have come forth to assist the two harbingers with saving the world.
While watching Friction speak, WL marvels at Earth's new superhumans. Additional details of Friction are being uploaded to the screen. She is the high school student that vanished a few days earlier. The UNHQ authorities are now suggesting enhanced humans provide proof of birth and citizenship to the government. Each have agreed to release and upload all necessary documents to the IQ matrix. Intech continues to release elemental formulas and chemical compounds, data that will assist scientists with creating and designing cutting-edge technologies. The UNHQ is requesting volunteers from any man or woman that is educated in a mechanical and or technological field to please take the IQ matrix evaluation exam. The POTUS and world leaders have been at UNHQ discussions for several days. The enhanced human development now answers the long-debated question, is there life amongst the stars? Intech is the first enhanced human to make contact with man. He brings a global warning of an alien invasion to Earth, but he has not produced any visual data of the invading species. With the appearance of a third enhanced human, the world's governments are taking the threat of aliens seriously. The enhanced humans are currently operating in New York City out of the UNHQ building. Dr. Afanasy Sidorov, Planetary Core. Things are not always what they seem to beings that believe themselves superior to all they know. Every man is clueless to what truly thrives or exists within the universe. Man doesn't even know of the treasures which dwell deep within his world. The Earth has been gifted to human beings. It contains what can only be explained as a singularity. An Ethereum gelled core emits a quantum signature which resonates in extra-dimensional energy. This has been masked by Earth's electromagnetic field. An omniversal orb vibrates onto the Earth's physical plane of existence. It absorbs energy created by the tremendous pressures and quantum emissions of the Earth's inner core. The orb begins to expand energy into a human male form. Then, it releases a violet cyananotech alloy to coat the form, as a dark crimson Q quartz coats the head and face. The cyananotech's glow fades as the armor completes assembly. Dr. Sidorov awakens with alien memories of quantum symmetry and frequency cohesion. The omniversal bioengine inverter, DIN-ZT, has come to Earth. Dr. Sidorov knows he is no longer simply a man, but the harbinger, Phase. During his neurofeed-induced coma, he gains the knowledge and experience to wield these abilities. He is instantly aware of his current dilemma when he awakes. Any other man would have ceased to exist if they were under such extreme conditions. Before him is a 400-mile pulsating core composed of pure Imperium. The scientist in him screams inside for him to explore, but he's been gone for a few days, and there are things that need to be done. Phase extends the quantum field, allowing his physical form to become immaterial. He then begins his journey to the surface. He can increase his size astronomically, becoming as large as a small moon. If necessary, Phase can also decrease his size to near microscopic scale. His density can be increased until he is nigh invulnerable. Phase can further manipulate particles within the quantum field by altering an object's universal frequency. While Phase propels himself upward through the Earth, his thoughts are of the Imperial Codex's intelligence and data feeds. He is aware of the cosmic complexity of the universe. Its diversity expands further than any mind can fathom. The neurofeed warns of an imminent war that can bring an end to all of creation. Phase recalls the accident aboard the Thermodyne space station. The DIN-ZT came through the wormhole and struck him. The station's emergency protocols are to evacuate all non-essential personnel from the station, while security engages any threats. He prays those aboard the space station survived. He believes the threat coming to Earth is his responsibility. He can't allow Earth's destruction because of something that's his fault. While making his way through the various layers of Earth, Phase takes notice of unknown minerals and gas pockets. The scientist in him desires exploration, but there are greater threats coming for his planet. He is unaware of the sequence of events which have occurred during his absence, and wonders if Earth is aware of the threat coming. As thoughts of Delia's love fills his heart, Phase alters his course for home. He can only imagine the suffering she's endured, believing her husband perished in space. He surfaces in the Russian cove near the Bay of Anadir. As shipping boats return to port, sailors notice Phase's arrival from the water. The human eye can't see quantum frequencies, so Phase appears to be an intangible ghost. After arriving at the beach, Phase is greeted by 3 orb wielders that materialize before him. Phase immediately takes a defensive stance, his hands pulsating with quantum energy. As each of the orb wielders steps forward, they individually greet Phase. Do not be alarmed. I am Intech, wielder of the Imagination. I am Pulse, wielder of the NRG. And I am Friction, wielder of the Time. Phase relaxes his aggressive stance and replies to the orb wielders. I am Phase, wielder of the Den-ZT. They each radiate great energy. Phase can feel a ceremonial affinity with them. While acknowledging the orb wielders, Phase nods his head and inquires about recent events. Why have you come to Anadir? Intech responds to Phase's question. The orbs we possess are not meant for this planet. When the orbs arrived on Earth, this planet became ground zero for a universal threat. We will need your assistance and the others to save our planet. Taste.
Okay, y'all, we back. We back. Let me get this off. Bam. Okay. What y'all think about that, right? I know. I told y'all I eat this up. Well, next week will be about, tomorrow will be about Glurt and Commander Grimte. Okay? Grimte. I can barely say the stuff I write, which is insane, right? All right, so let's go over this real quick. Get y'all with W.L. White III. As y'all see, I've been dropping gems so you guys can better understand the story, giving it to you from multiple perspectives, such as, W.L. White, right? There are going to be other characters, too, that are like human, and we're going to introduce those guys, too. And there's so much coming, y'all. There's so much coming. Remember, y'all, we just on book 1. All right, page 63, when we talk about, somehow he doesn't know why yet. He's been chosen. He received this, I'm gonna say a crate. They have these military crates, y'all. Y'all seen them in the movies when they moving equipment. So one of those equipment crates show up and they have, it's got all this stuff in it, like an IQ matrix. Like instead of you turning your phone into an IQ matrix by using the app, like he got a real IQ matrix. It comes with all types of stuff, y'all. Like a drone. It's technically a drone, but it's more like an orb, right? And it follows you around because he's a reporter. There's so much stuff come with it, and since I didn't put it in this part of the story, we won't even talk about. Anyway, I allow you guys to see through W.O. White's eyes how Friction shows up, right? And she greets them and everything. This is us watching these celestial or these enhanced humans greet one another, in a certain manner and whatnot. Because technically, remember, they are guardians for one of the 12 constellations. Okay? You guys wrap your mind around it. There's 12 constellations out there, and each one of these guys have a certain respect and demeanor for each other. They almost like role models, if you will. Okay, so Friction meets them, and then I show you guys how when they meet each other, how they greet one another for the first time. That's how they greet each other. So again, right? I'm just looking at what if humans, right? What if humans actually had enhanced humans show up, and these enhanced humans wanted to like I don't know, like they telling you all this stuff that's supposed to happen, but they don't have any proof yet. They only have themselves as proof. So that's why they're getting so much resistance. But at the same time, the more enhanced humans show up, it's almost like we got to take it a little bit more serious. Okay, and that's what I was trying to put out in WL White this time. Okay, so we moved to Dr. Afanasi Siddharabin when he comes back. Okay, if you notice, you found him like basically at the core of the planet. So to me, that would be where the Earth has the most pressure at. I hope you guys can feel that. So he basically took on the pressure, which is insane, right? The pressure that our planet emits on something, he took that into a little bitty body. So that's why he's almost invulnerable. Because anybody hit him, it's like hitting a planet. The pressures of the planet. Anyway, so if you notice, here we go with the gems I'm dropping again. So if you haven't noticed, each one of the characters has and I just made stuff simple, right? I just spelled it different. Like he has the density, the density, and that pretty much tells you what his powers are. Density. He's a density manipulator, right? What else about Phase? So he comes from the bottom of Earth, but I dropped another gem. Phase notices the at our core, there's well, of course you guys don't really know what Imperium is right now, but you will find out that there's a realm right before you get to heaven, right? Called Imperial. No, there are beings that live in a realm, okay, between Earth and heaven. And we call those people Imperiums. Kind of like angels, but like not really, because each one is designated with something they need to do to maintain the universe or to maintain existence, right? Because they all tasked out. But each one has an individual gift, if you will. So, but they're on celestial scale, right? So Imperium is like the substance that makes them. And we got that in our planet's core. So again, to me, that's here we go with these gems, right? That's my way of saying that's why Earth holds more life than any other planet. I mean, I hope you guys feel that. You know, I mean, it's hard for me to explain it. I mean, it's like I try to do my best to stay in the story, but there are certain things that's happening that I think like it's to show the uniqueness of the story. You know what I mean? So Imperium, and you guys will learn, and as you learn, like, oh, okay, I get it now. So we have something unique. And when I describe the 7 days in the story, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. God created the heaven and the earth, right? So while God was creating everything, right, there were things happening. And this is happening in the flux continuum, y'all. And I explain all of this. So that's when you guys will get a better understanding of what Imperium is and the fact that it's on Earth. It's almost like a man buying an expensive ring, like let's say a $15,000, $20,000 ring for us normal, you know what I mean, just regular people, okay? Because that's a lot of money. And he puts it on his woman's finger. Promising it's almost kind of like that. That's how God, he gifted us. And that's why everybody's so angry. Nobody was gifted what we were given. And that's kind of what I'm trying to put over. But that's the context of the story, though. So anyway, long story short, when it came to this guy, right? Phase comes back. Again, remember, I did mention his wife the first time in the space station. And now I'm mentioning her again. He has to get home to his wife. He loves his wife, right? I mean, he's an OG, right? He's like, I'm gonna say 60. He was probably 60 years old. Give me a second. I know you guys, I mean, remember, I'm writing a lot at all times. No excuse. And I know I should know all of this stuff like the back of my hand, but I don't. So no. He's 53 years old. So yeah, he's a year older than me. So, you get about this old, y'all, you kind of like, you understand the value of a woman and everything. And you like, you make sure you want to take care of her and vice versa, right? Because we older and we understand kids are gone the whole nine. It's just us. So we got to make the best of it. So, he misses his wife and he didn't even want to go out into space. I think if I put it in here, long story short, he detours so he can get home to let her know, hey, I'm still alive, yada, yada, yada. Because again, remember, it's all over the news, W.L. White, right? He's letting everybody know. So I'm sure the Russians in Anadir already ran the story. They know that the people that was suspected or the ones that were reported for being hit by the balls of light, so many of them came back. So his wife might have hope. You know what I mean? It's kind of what I'm trying to put your mindset at. Anyway, he comes there and when he surfaces, the rest of the guys are there, Intech, Pulse, and Friction, right? So they all greet each other, and notice how I keep putting that greeting together the first time everybody meets each other. We have to come to Anadir. Yeah. They came to pick him up, and they basically let him know. And I'm not sure. I think FaZe and those guys know. I don't know. We'll find out in book 2. I don't. Maybe they don't know. But Intech, each time one of the orb wielders come back, they come back with a piece of the story of what's going on, like what the true issue is, which caused the Gifts of Power ceremony to activate. Remember, the Gifts of Power ceremony is one of the how did I word these? Autocorrect sequences. So let's imagine the universe has a living being, right? Sometimes like when we get a cut on our bodies coagulate blood or whatever, and we get a little scab, the whole night. This is the autocorrect. So in the universe, we have the Gifts of Power ceremony, which is just one of the autocorrect sequences to put the universe back to the way it's supposed to be. I know, right? I know. So I explained it though. I explained that in this book, y'all. So again, Intech lets him know because each one of the characters come back, they bring a little bit more of the information of what's happening. Intech is compiling all this information. He's basically letting him know we have found out so far that this power wasn't supposed to come to Earth. This wasn't, it was an accident that how it happened. So now Intech is aware. And the other other 3 now, they are aware that, hey, you know how like some characters get power. We know it wasn't supposed to come here, but it's not a big deal. I got the power. I got to save us from whatever's coming to fight us. Got it, right? Well, we're a little bit more in depth than that. So there's still things to figure out. And as more characters wake up, there'll be more information delivered. Okay? You will find out by the end of the book. Sorry about that, whatnot. It slipped, and I am excited, so I'm banging on the table, y'all. My bad. Yeah, I know. No podcast etiquette, y'all. My bad. I'm excited about it. I want you guys to feel it. I mean, sometimes I get into stories, and it's like, wow, that was a good movie, or hey, that was a good book. So, and I think I'm writing a good book. So I think I'm writing a fantastic book. So anyway, or a series. So anyway, y'all, basically, Intech has found out, well, he's compiled enough information from the other 2 to say, hey, this shouldn't have happened here, y'all. Like, it's bigger than what we believe. This isn't like just a threat. And then he's also has to tell them and keep them informed on how valuable. So that's what, notice that notice that FaZe, when he comes back, he noticed that gem I was talking about earlier, right? He noticed the Imperium around the Earth. The Earth's core. He noticed that. So when he lets Intech and them know that, that's another realm, that's a higher, it's almost like when people talk about ascending to another plane of existence, from a mortal perspective, I cover that in the series, y'all. I cover that. But the imperial realm it's greater than that. See, there's a mortal way of thinking, then there are immortals. Okay, and that's the same as we living on Earth, and then you looking at Mount Olympus, and when you go up there, everything is gold, it's shiny, it's regal. Like everything is regal. Even they pigsty pens are regal. You know, everything's regal up there. It's another level of existence. It's not like on our planet when we say regal. No, we get our creativity from, you know, the higher plane of existence. So anyway, that's what he's going to tell Intech, y'all. Y'all should already know that. All right, and then we get to page 68. We're on page 68, y'all. Well, that's where we'll be tomorrow. We're going to talk about GLERT. GLERT. I showed you GLERT earlier. So now we're going to find out the antagonizer, GLERT. Okay? And GLERT. Okay, so the same way we do W.L. White III, he's just a flux continuum documentarian, okay? He's just that, but at the same time, Commander Crente is like a W.L. White. He's like the reporter, the narrator for the Bacrata. Yeah, y'all feel that? So we're gonna do GLERT tomorrow, and we're gonna do Commander Crente, okay? Because anytime we have those two, they're very small. They're very small clips. You notice how fast W.L. White is. It's quick. It's bringing you to a briefing, making sure you're still able to keep the story together. Now, I don't always do this in all of my books. I did it for the first because, again, I have to get everybody used. Yeah, remember, I told you I thought this out. I had to get everybody used to following 12 different characters. You feel me? So it's kind of like that, y'all. Anyway, I think I already put it out, y'all. Today was about W.L. White III and Dr. Afanasy Sidorov, who has just become phased, wielder of the density aegis of Capricorn. Yes, aegis of Capricorn. Oh, yeah. So these cards right here that you see, I'll be making those cards individually into laminated portraits, laminated posters, and I'm gonna sign those. I'm gonna company seal, sign it, and print the sign and date it, and put the company seal into it, and then I'll be putting those online for the possible maybe $10, y'all. $10, okay? And this is so you can go ahead and get your Zodiac Guardian. I might put a bundle out there. A bundle would probably run us. My wife says, my CEO says 15 a piece. I don't know. I have to look at a few things, but maybe $15 then. And you'll pay for all 13. We talked about that last night, and we say 150. Remember, y'all, these are keepsakes right here. All right. This is when I was doing it by myself. So remember, and I got to make a living, and I need to put out book 4. But I need you guys, so continue to share, like, follow, notification, all of that, y'all. And if you're on Whatnot, I want to say, hey, thank y'all guys for coming out, each time you guys come out, because I can't see everybody else. Other than that, I'm just ramming by myself. But you guys keep me going. I see 1 or 2 of you guys, and I'm saying, hey, that's all I need, right? A couple of people to put the story out and say, hey, man, I like what this guy is doing. And I can't do it without y'all. So I brought it to the people. And I'm going through explaining, books 1 and 2 with you guys. And I won't even do book 3 like this, y'all. In the rest of the books, I'll just give you insight of what's going on. And then we'll probably be doing little things like with the raffle equipment and everything. Like I told you guys, when I get back from Atlanta, and I will be in Atlanta, April 26, 27, and 28 at the Urban Nerd Con. You can look up, it's out there. So I'll be at that event in Atlanta, Georgia. We won't do an actual podcast video on the 25th because I'll be driving, but we will get them done that weekend, all 3. So I will stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that week. But anyway, that weekend. Thank you guys for coming out. Just letting you know what I'll be doing, where I'll be at. Probably get a couple of people to come over and speak. You guys can ask questions anytime you want to. Follow me, please pass and share. And also, if you guys go out there and you comment, try to check them daily. Try to make sure I keep up with the notifications and whatnot. So stay with me, y'all. Nothing but love. Y'all be easy. Take care. And I'll see you at the next one. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. sharp. Bam. Have a good day. Here we go. Gonna end that.